your best ever interaction, you just listen to the first 2 minutes where you're building so much attraction, it shouldn't make sense. You know, it should be just complete bullshit. You know, like when you've had a few drinks and now you're just talking complete bullshit, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously bullshit, but structured bullshit, not like... All right, attraction. So this is probably the hardest part. I know a lot of you, I mean, Thomas is gone, but we were working with Thomas yesterday. And this is where he's struggling. And guess what? 90% of day gamers, they're struggling with this part, which is called attraction. So do you guys know what is included in attraction? Like what are the, let's say, methods we use in order to build attraction? Teasing, that's good. I use blue. Yeah, teasing. Qualifying, disqualifying. I wouldn't say qualifying for attraction.
Making her qualifying.
Okay, you make her. Yeah, that's great.
Like challenging her. Right.
Yeah. So we just say challenging, exactly. Yeah, next one?
Push-pull.
Push-pull. Yes, push-pull, that's true. Yeah, push-pull. What else? I'm not talking about non-verbals, by the way, now. I'm talking about like methods and what we use as in the words. Let's talk about the words. DHV. We were talking about Vangelis, actually. Yeah, I mean, that's DHV. I wouldn't use that yet. I wouldn't use that, but I know what you mean. We could say knowledge about her. Not like DHV, but knowledge.
You mean like in a cold read? Or...
Knowledge. So how do you spell knowledge? Cold read.
I mean, what do you mean by knowledge?
Knowledge, I mean, for example, let's say you're from Germany, and I've traveled to Germany, and I know about the German culture,
Right.
and we're talking together, and I tell you, yeah, you know what? I really love the beer in Germany, and I traveled to Berlin, and there was this beautiful bar, you know, the, I don't know, Ober One. Ober One. Something like that. And you'd be like, oh, this guy is like quite traveled, he knows about my culture. So knowledge about her world, not just random knowledge, like you start talking about nuclear physics. Not like that, but something she's interested in. Yeah, so that builds attraction. What else? What would you say is an attractive trait? This is extremely important for a man. Yes, but what?
Verbally human.
Yeah, verbally, can be verbally also.
Leading.
Leading, well done. Yeah, this is incredible, leading.
Cocky is attractive as well.
Cocky, funny. Self-amusement, we can say. Yeah, cocky, yeah. But not like overly cocky. Because you know, there's, actually, Ali, you know that guy, the guy we were speaking to? I don't want to say his name, but this guy is like the cockiest guy you'll meet, but it's just, you can tell it's fake. You know, it's like that when it's fake, it's not real. Yeah, it's like the girl can tell, they're not stupid, right? So it has to be like in a funny way, not like overly cocky in a weird way. This is what I wanted to actually say. Attraction is illogical.
Emotional.
Yeah. 7. Illogical. So the last one is talking about stuff she's interested in. I mean, this would probably run into the whole interaction, but I'll just write that here as well. Let's say, I just put she is interested in.
That connection.
What's that? Yeah, this will be just in general, but we're gonna just put it for now in attraction. But in general, you wanna talk about stuff she's interested in. Let's just run quickly through it. Tease. Anyone know any good teasers? You look like trouble. Yeah, but what about relating it to her?
Do you have coronavirus?
Do you have coronavirus? Yeah, so one really good tease I like to do is she says, let's say for example, she says she's Swedish, and you could do this with any country. You say, oh my God, is it true what they say about Swedish girls? And now they're just like so into it, right? Because they're thinking, well, what is it? Like, what's the word on the street about Swedish girls? And then you say, yeah, you know, they're cute, but they drink way too much tequila or vodka or anything you want to do, right? For Russian girls, I love to do vodka. Like, oh my God, you know, the Russian girls are beautiful, but they drink too much vodka. Yeah, and why is that good? Because personally, I really prefer, even like after I've been doing it like now more than 5 years, but I just love to do like a script tease. Because like I'm lazy, right? I don't want to be coming out with these. I mean, sometimes I do, but most of the time I just use the same thing. Because it's actually, as I told you, it's not about the words. It's about how you say it. You know, like a good actor? So you have to say it dramatically, like, oh my God, is it true what they say about Swedish girls? Something like that, you know, the way you say it. Because that's what she's really looking at. She's not really looking at the words. Yeah, so challenging. Disagreeing. We spoke about this with Farhan. Disagreeing. What's a good point to disagree on? If she says, I love tennis, would you say I hate tennis?
If you generously hate, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I wouldn't personally use that as a disagreement. But if she says, I don't like London, could you use that as a disagreement or no?
Of course.
You could, right? So yes, you need to disagree, but make sure you do it in the right way. You don't want to be like, she says, I love to walk. You say, fuck walking. Like, I love running. You know, like everything she says, you're like, fuck that. I don't like that. Yeah, so make sure you do it. And once or twice, maximum. Don't overdo it. Push-pull. This actually, what I just said with the tease, that's a push-pull. Swedish girls are cute, but they drink too much vodka. That's a push-pull. Other push-pulls is Ali's favorite one. What is it?
You look stunning, but your hand. No, what was it?
Yeah.
I actually forgot.
Yes, you look. I mean, this is like a night game version, where you look stunning, but your hand's too big for your size. I actually wouldn't say that in day game, but it's just an example of a push pull. Yeah.
Well, don't use it though.
It's a trademark. Patent, yeah. Knowledge. We already spoke about that. I mean, you might not have any knowledge about where she's from. That's fine. You don't need to like pretend you do. But if you do, because in London there's a lot of people from all around the world. If you've been to Brazil and she says she's from Brazil, I wouldn't start like going like about some long story, you know, just a few here and there. Yeah, and also places like Moldova or somewhere that you shouldn't know about, I wouldn't start coming out with like these knowledge about these countries. The best thing to do is to do the opposite. She says, I'm from Moldova. You say, oh, where is that? Is that in Africa or something? You know what I mean? That's much better than now you start coming out with these like, oh yeah, I've been to Moldova and this and that. And she's like, why is he in Moldova? Like, yeah. So it's a kind of a tricky situation here. You need to know when to show the knowledge, when not to. But just as something to think about is if the country is like unknown, it's like very small or something, just pretend you don't know where the fuck it is. And then if it's well known, like Germany or France or something like that, then obviously I wouldn't say it's in Africa. Then you show knowledge. Yeah, next one, leading. So leading, and I don't mean this in like an over-dominant way. This is just like, you know she wants to follow you. You know, like, again, going back to the, let's say the secretary thing. If you tell your secretary, like, oh, can you just come, like, I want you to help me with these books or something. She's just gonna follow you, right? She's not gonna be like, oh, no, but, you know, I'm not that easy. You know what I mean? That's what I want you to think about. So you just go and you just know she's going to follow you. Okay? That's the mindset of a really good leader. And this is very powerful in life, I would say, not just in a day game. Self-amusement. This is probably my favorite one. So self-amusement, it just depends on yourself, what you find funny. It's not about what the girl finds funny. It's about what you find funny. Because you know the first exercise that didn't go as planned? If the other person felt happy, that would transfer onto you. You know what I mean? You know when you meet your best friend and he's like fucking having the worst day of his life. And then soon you're just gonna feel down as well. You're not gonna be like all smiling, jumping around, and he's like crying, you know? So guess what? When you feel amazing because you've done the self-amusement and now you feel good, she's gonna feel like that as well. You know when someone says a joke and they laugh and you don't really get it, but you laugh anyway? Because it's like the energy transfer type of thing. So self-amusement. Illogical. Attraction should be illogical. I was teaching this guy today, and I would say most guys, they're logical, aren't they? Because we're not going to be able to be illogical at work because we're not going to get anywhere, right? So this is just something that comes natural to guys, being very logical. Attraction is not logical. Attraction is completely illogical, right? If you record yourself, your best ever interaction, you just listen to the first 2 minutes where you're building so much attraction, it shouldn't make sense. You know, it should be just complete bullshit. You know, like when you've had a few drinks and now you're just talking complete bullshit, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously bullshit, but structured bullshit, not like you're talking about some like random stuff. Yeah, she's interested in. Yeah, and then the last point is talk about stuff she's interested in. And how do you know what she's interested in? From the information she's giving you. If she's from Sweden, I wouldn't start talking about North Korea, right? So talk about the Swedish culture, stuff like that. You know, if she loves skiing, I wouldn't start talking about netball, right? It's common sense, but you'd be surprised how many guys, they go into this random tangent about some next topic she has no clue about.